Everything in my game can be recycled, or just about everything in the game can be recycled. Computers, computer parts, computer components, cooling systems and fans. What's going on? What's going on in the world that I can add in to my game? In order to understand the outside world, I must understand the inside world. The basics of all creation in my game is, what is the alphabet? 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Geometric shapes. How can we speak about the cube in the face of a tetrahedron? I mean, the minute I say hedron, I think of chevron. And when I think of chevron, I think of goat. When I think of goat, I think of the number 8. And I also think of Leo. So Leo the lion, but I don't know where the lion is coming from. What do I do here? Do I always repeat and repeat and repeat? I might as well be like Peter, repeating myself. Why is Peter repeating oneself, right? I'm petering out, so maybe we'll get a better understanding for one of the apostles. Is it an apostle or is it a disciple? Trying to understand the words, and it could be analog and it could be digital. Where it was the split house of alpha, and then it went over to Dalet or delta. Now the delta can either represent the capstone or represent the trinity of the capstone that fits upon the capstone, the point that fits upon the capstone, creating to what is the pentagram or the pentagon. And every time I think of gram, I think of 28. And every time I think of 28, I go back to the goat again. I'm back with the goat again. Back with the goat again. Encourage your viewers and encourage 100% of your one viewer to share your video. See it now, see it later on YouTube. Whenever you see it, you see it. Of course, it'd be more interesting for others to take part. But because of not forcing the algorithm at all. So I'm at 714. I'm just trying to write this down. In fact, I should put the background to what I want to see in the background, because I'm I'm working on this, right? I'm working on this over here. So you'll see a number that I'm going to write. 714857. No, 142 on 857 714. Oh yeah, 571426 428571 285714 and 142857. You know what I do? Ibis did this, right? Put it nice and thick, some of the writing. So just in case you scratch out on the page a little line, right? It's like I engrave it 5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 6, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, and 1. Right? It seems like the 5, 7, and 1 are like always together, and the same thing as 2, 4, and 6. Right? If you notice, there's no 3, 6, and 9, and everything comes from 3, 6, and 9. So this is the times, times, or 6 times. Is it 7 times this? I think it's 7 times. Let me borrow one of my own calculators. I'm talking to myself here. I'm putting together a piece on that MAYAN calendar. 7, and then it is 3.5 times 8. I can see you. I can see what you just dropped. Everything on the floor. Okay. You got a free pass there, kid. You got a free pass. Big free pass there, big guy. The king of the house. The king of the house is here. How you doing, King B? What's up there, King B? Yeah, you. So yeah, let me get on with the MAYAN piece over here. 3.5 times 285714. We got to do, yeah, so it's 3.5. And then 42857 times 1.75. Is that what it equals to? No. So it's 999,999 divided by, what would this equal to? 2.5? No. Divided by 2.5. No. Times 2.428,571 times 2.5 equals 2. Wow, how come I can't get it? It's 3 times. Hold on a second. Let me look at this. The next number is 42. Okay, so it's in the third angle. It's the third one. So this is wow, I don't even know which way to do it. 6 times 142. 6 times 142, 857 equals 2. So yes, so this is 6 times. Let me just do this again. I'll show you what I'm doing. Wow, this is really cuckoo. This is really cuckoo. 6 times this equals 85,742. 7, okay, times 7 equals 999,999. You can stick around. You can listen. I'm going to show you what it is after. If you don't know what I do game theory. What that is I take everything I've ever heard and seen, according to the alphabet, A, B, C, all the way to Z. I use different numeric evaluations for the alphabet. For instance, A1, Z26. I do the 360-degree alphabet where I go 1 through 36 and I center the alphabet, or I'll separate the alphabet with reason and give every part of the alphabet the same chance, making it fair, just like in games. I'll take hockey, baseball, football, soccer, understand what their basic analogy is of the game. For instance, in baseball, if the game is called after 4 innings for a rainout, they may reschedule the game, but most often or not, it's not an official game. So we have to understand when passing a certain number when the game becomes official. Apparently, it's 5.5 innings played, right? If it's 5.5 innings played for an official game, we'll give you 15 and 18 outs, and that'll be 33. That will give you a rotation, right? One team would have played 6 innings, 5.5 innings. So that would be into the sixth, right? Usually it's into the fifth, right? Is it into the fifth or into the sixth inning? When 5 innings, yes, you're into the fifth inning. So you have went, you're 15 outs. Oh, it's 15 and 12, right? It's 15 and 12 outs. That's perfect. We needed 27 outs to reach half the game for outs. So they need to reach at least a house to house of bait when it comes to baseball with this transition. Then I have to go 2.5 times. No, then this would be two times. Okay, wait a second. 5 times 142 times 5 equals 142. 857 times 5 equals 2. 714,285. And times 4 divided by 7 equals 142,857 times 4 equals 571,426 times 3 equals 428,571. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's see if we did this one 3 times, and then times 2 equals 285,714. And then times 1 becomes itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first part of what I just did. Okay, as you can see in the background, right? You can see the background, right? So if you follow it from number 6, 6 times the first one at the bottom over here where the arrow is, okay, is going to equal to itself, right? 6 times the bottom one will equal to that number at 6. Now you're going to go 5 times the bottom one will equal to 5. So you can see the countdown. It's the same countdown as binary code, right? But it's a little bit different in here. You can see the 2 is in that position here, and the 4 is next to it. Now over here, the 2 is over here, the 4 is still next to it. As you can see, the numbers are grinding over. 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7. 2, 5, 8. So we have 2, 5. Where's the 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7? I'm just trying to see where it slips itself in. Well, it's all the same number, so you can see they all rotate. 8, 7, 5, 4, 2, 1. Right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So 7 and 8 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, 5 and 4 is 9, 1 and 2 is 3. And when you go to the next row, take the second number, 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. right? It doesn't work in the next one. The next one creates 1. The next one creates 9. The next one creates 8. The next one creates 6. They don't create the same thing. So this is that divided by 7, all the numbers divided by 7. So what number did we divide by 7 in order to have this reaction? And I'm going to look at that right now. So 9 divided by 7 equals to okay, so now we're going to do this. 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4. 8 divided by 7, 142, 142, 8, 5, 7, 1. Maybe I'll show you as I do it. I don't even like where I chose to do it. I like just squirming it in onto one of the pages. So I'm redoing it, but I'm going to do it with you this time. I'm not even finished the Mayan because I'm working on this Mayan piece to show how the Mayan time fits right into our time. Hey, look, we're a whole 2 people right now. How you doing? How you doing, all 2 people? Me and I think it's Great Zeus. Let me see. So yeah, so we wanted to do 9, right? This is divide by 7. Divisé par 7. 9 divisé par 7 égale 1.28. Oh, I'm backwards here. Let me look at that, eh? 2857 142. So where do we see that? 28. Do we see 28 over here? Look at that where we showed up right over here. Right here at number 2. When we divide it by 9, we show up in the second position. 2857 142. Look at that. So now we're going to divide it by 8. We're going to divide it by 8. Let me do that again. 8 divided by 7 equals to 1.142857. 6 divided by 7 equals 0.08571428. 5, right? 5 divided by 7. Now this is where the ocean is, right? The ocean comes in at 0.714287. And then Abraham's separation then at the 7th gate. Okay. Ah, it looks like that. That's at the moon, right? 9, 8, 5, 6. That was 4. 4 divided by 7. 0.571428. 3 divided by 7 equals. Now these are opposite of each other. Remember, 3 and 7, they play the same role. 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4. And then 2 divided by 7 equals 0.285714. And then 1, right? 1 divided by 7 equals 0.142857 and 1. So now we're going to take a look at these. We're going to turn this around and take a look at these. So yeah, I'm having trouble getting this picture off here. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to just add this in over here. And I'm just going to lower the sound here. Or I want to just change this. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is what I want to do. I wish I could make the screen a little smaller. So we have this over here, and just give me a second. I'm having trouble getting a spot for myself. Are you alive? Are you alive? Wake up! Fire! 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 You're a good girl. You a good girl? You a good girl? Yeah? You have a kiss for me? You have a kiss for me? You have a kiss for me? Huh? You have a kiss for me? Where's the big kiss? Where's the big kiss? I got her motor running. Okay, so yeah. And did she lie on my papers here? Okay, so this is what it is. Let me show you. I'm really thirsty. I really like to go to the kitchen. So just let me put this up here. Maybe you can see the numbers all at the same time. I know I have a clip somewhere. I know I have a clip. I gotta have a clip. Oh my goodness gracious. Give me something. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So let's see if you can see that properly. Let me see. Do I have to move it back out? Okay, I'm taking 2 seconds. Take a look at that. Okay. We're going to get this Mayan calendar. This is what we're doing. I want to match up the Mayan calendar. Oh my God, there's 30 million people watching this right now. Yes, it's part of, you know how many computer systems are hooked up to watching this and people trying to follow the algorithm and understand what's going on? Is that the truth? Is that the truth? Combien d'équipements qui besoin? Combien d'ordinateurs? OK? Juste pour voir de qu'est-ce qu'on parle. Hey, how many computers do they need, right, to try and figure out what we're thinking, what we're doing? Can you say this is conspiracy? This is part of the game. In my game, this is the way it works. When all of a sudden, all the objects in my game started knowing that I'm listening to them. And I even told them, pray to me every single night. I will guide you on your way. I am the Holy One in this game. I am whatever you do, and you are me, and I am you. For the reason is I am everyone. I am everyone in the free will and the bucket to-do list. You know what I'm saying? Please choose righteous. The only way to increase the capacity of knowledge is to leave no boundaries. And just leave the understanding of the commandments means that if you should pass these boundaries, there is danger that will be included in it. But try and reach to these boundaries without breaking any of the rules. Here is how he came back 25,000 years. Now, if we can go back to precision with 25,000 years, what is the oldest religion today? What is going on with the zodiac signs? What do we know about the planets, the zodiac signs, right? If you're going to tell me millions or billions or trillions, makes no difference to me. And remind me of that, right? Right? Remind me. Remind me. Let me write this down. You see, because all I need to have is 2 letters. I don't need to know, okay, how many Leo lions you need, right? You know, in million is Leo the lion, right? Leo the lion. How many lions and Liliths do we need, right? How many divisions do we need? How many birthdays do we need? 9 and 12, right? The little angels come. So listen, your 3 creation, your 9 birth, you end up as 12. 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. You are the creation of the Trinity, right? The Lord, may he rest in peace, would be the bowels. May he rest in peace, right? The Lord, the good Lord. The Lord, the King on the throne. The lion. 1 and 2 equals to 3 equals to the E-World Connect. I'm going to get something to drink in the kitchen. Well, I thought I had something to drink over there. Disturbing. So what do you see? What do you see? Okay, so let's go over it now. We start off with number 9 at 2-8. So we go over to 2-8. Look what happens. 9 ends up in the second position. So let's put a number 2 over here. How do we do this number 2? I'm going to do a shout out to myself right now. I'm shouting out. I'm shouting out. Just give me 1 second. So yeah, I'm doing a shout out for myself. 2 things I can really use. I can use like 2 dozen of these. I can use these. I really like the 1.6. These books over here, right? 80 pages only, the Heelroys. So this is what we're gonna do. So we have no, don't tell me it's not writing. Okay, I'm just using that one as a promo pen then. So we know it's number 2, right? We know it's number 2. The next thing is this one over here, 1-4. So we're going to look at it. 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. Look at that. This was the first one, right? So we're going to do this. Look at that. Look at that. We came in as the 9 birth, right? And then in the heavens, right? The one heaven that we are, we're in this heaven here. Okay, so I'm going to understand this. This one over here is going to be a total of 1, right? 7, 6, 5. Why is there no 7? I didn't put a 7. There's a division. We know automatically there's a division here at this one over here, because this one divided by 7, all these are divisions. You ever see that? You know what that means, eh? That's a pound key. That's telling you 7 pound keys, right? That's a total of 63. Total of 63. 7 pound keys. Born into the 8 heaven, and then you become 6. 0.85, right over here, you look at 0.85. Look what happens over here. Look what happens over here. When you come over here, you see you're here and you're here, right? But when you come over here, boom, bang, you're number 6. 857142, 857142. Look at that. Now let's go to the next one. In the number 5 position, 714. Look at that. You're in the 5 position. And what do you have at 42? 714. Then you have 57. You're in the 4th position. Freedom 55, Jupiter Gateway. And then you have over here, 42. You're in the 3rd position. Whoop, am I missing something? And then when you have 2-8, look at that. When you have 2-8, look at that. Happens twice, eh? Look at this. Look at that. Okay, so can you believe it that it splits over here? There's a split over here at that 7th gate where everything becomes even. Another thing is about these zeros over here is when you go 1, right? When you go 1, and again, okay, this is divided by 3. The lower casing, okay, it's about 3 and 7. Everything splits between 3 and 7. Because once you jump to the upper world, right, by the oceans, when you split the oceans, and right, you jump to 6. You skip over 5 and you go into 6. So you have divided by 3. So 1 divided by 3, okay, is going to be 0.333. And then 2 divided by 3 will be 666. This is where your basic creation comes in, the same way 7 equals to 1, right? Where it's 7 divided by 7, 3 divided by 3, 3 divided by 2, 3 divided by 1. This is the base lower scale of its creation. When we divide it by 3 and 7, right? Even though the divided gate and the doorway, okay, the doorway between the 2 is at 3.5, right? So the doorway between the 2, that if you should go A, B, C, and then you go C, B, A, the meeting point would be 3.5, even though what you're doing is you're going 1, 6, and you're going C4. And then instead of this here, you're going to go 5 here and 2 here. So this, and this will be 7, 7, and 7. 5, 2, 7, 1, 6, 7, 3, 4, 7. And then, of course, you'd have 5, 6, and 7. You'd have 6, 7, and 8. You'd have 7, 8, and 9. What is this? Well, this is the ABC theory of 3 and 6 is 9, 3 and 5 is 8, 3 and 4 is 7, where 2 and 6 is 8, and 2 and 5 is 7, and 2 and 4 is 6, where 1 and 6 is 7, 1 and 5 is 6, 1 and 4 is 5. So you end up with this upper echelon creation. And when you go down this way, everything moves by twos. When you go up this way, everything moves by ones. When you go this way, everything moves by ones. When you go this way, everything moves by ones. Before it was 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's no longer the same. Now it's ones, it's 0, it's ones, and it's twos. Because that's the way everything was made to roll. 0, ones, and twos. If you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. If you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. We have 21 in blackjack, right? We have 21 dots on a cube. The 21st, okay, happens to be, if you want to call it the omega. But I don't want to call it the omega. I want to call it, yeah, maybe if we did have to call it the omega to start over at the beginning again. Let me just see this. You know, if we had to start over, because sometimes I need to answer this question, and I've seen it 40 years ago in a picture where they left the whole crowd the same, and they took two people at this end and they ran them to the other end to finish the picture off. And I'm also thinking that you have to end the same way you began, except stop one step before you start the race. You come up, you end the race, you end up to the beginning of the next race, but you don't start the race. Okay. What's up?
So you're staying home?
Yeah, I'm doing a live.
Okay, all right,
Thanks for calling.
all right.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna not answer. Uh, so where was I? Oh my God, I'm not happy about that, eh? Call me a fool for answering. It's completely lost what I was talking about. Um, Yeah, so yes, number 21, blackjack, 0, 1, and 2, everything begins is 0, 1, and 2. So what would be 0? Is it just an area space that is soon to be occupied? 0 does have an area space like a donut in between that can pick up a pole, right? Is the donut in between as good as saying the cup, right? Can we say it's the cup? Can we say it's where the flag goes? Can we say it's where 3, 4, and 5 goes? Can we say that there's a bird or an eagle? Where did this guy come up with all this stuff? Well, if you have a cup and you have a flag and you have a hole, the question is the electric. Just let me fix my book here for a second. The electric is the pancake. It's also the core, right? It's also the core. The water, and we all know that if the beaver's in the water and it's number 67, where the soul is, right within the water. I think the soul takes on both land on water through the beaver. That's a Canadian nickel because it goes underneath and it goes on to the other side. I don't know how it gets through or where it's going. It's number 67, and Ishmael is also number 67. So then we're going to have the donut. Now, the donut I would use as something going through something like the passage of water, the passage of food, That's what I would call the donut. Now, if you had to call the donut something to do with the egg being able to turn itself inside out, and you'd be now on the inside, well, would you be inside the pancake or inside the donut? So again, back to a 120 or 210 or that 21 is just very big. It's 7 times 3 equals to 21. In 18 days or 3 cubes, you're going to have a dozen and a half eggs, right? You're going to have a dozen and a half eggs. And now they're close to $15 a dozen. So it works out 15 and 18. They're supposed to go together. It is O and R, representation of gold, a representation of the 3 connections of the E world in order to connect the residents that we are for the Delta Angle House of Abraham. What does this all mean? Well, R is the 18th letter. There's 2 houses. When you connect the 2 houses together as the 9 birth, you connect what is 9 and 9 equals to 18. You connect it with the 1 birth that you are to their heavens. You become the heavens between them two, being the birth here. So instead of it being 9 and 9, 18, you now become 666 and you become the R letter. You become the hexagon birth. The primary shapes that come out from the percentage sign is going to be looking like a hexagon. The percentage sign, when drawn squarely, will look like the hexagon. I'm going to draw it out for you. I thought for sure I had something to drink right here. Just give me a second. Yeah, I didn't like that water. I didn't like the water. Nope. Nope. So, where are we right now? Where are we right now? Yes. So, when I see a number, okay, and I'm going to show you back up on the screen. Whoa. So, I'm just going to turn this around again. So when I see any of these numbers all below 0 or just 1, this to me tells me it hasn't even made it out from the O world or from the O zone. So what I have to multiply this one by 3, I need to at least bring myself to the value of 3 for creation. I only have zeros here. So this is something I ask myself because of this, right? Now this one over here shows me a whole number. The only reason it shows me a whole number is because they drew out 6 9s. But what if they didn't draw out 6 9s? What would be the answer over here? First of all, it ends. You see it ends? Binary code ends as this: 1 2 4 8 7 5 1. That's the binary code. Right? So when you're starting binary code here, you see you went 8 to 7 to 5, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 4, look at this one, 2 and 2 is 4, 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4. So we doubled up to here, and then we counted down from here. So we can see where we meet everybody. We met 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Look at this. Right? Look at this. 57 is for the moon, but I want to look at the 5 and 8, 13, right? The 13 and the 9. So I have the upper world and I have the left side. 28-day cycle. You see, here becomes the gateway. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 28, 71. I'm just trying to see the last 2 numbers. 3, 5, 8, 1. 1, 3, 5, 8, 4, 6. 135846. 1348. No 7, no 9. Okay. The 9 is over here, no 7. Everything is divisible by 7. Okay. So let me look at this one more time. What's going on? So for the 7 days a week that are over here, according to the Mayan, this 857 starts off at number 6, right over here. So how do we get the 7 days a week? We're starting off at a number that's 9999, which is equivalent to this number over here. Add this one to here, add this one to here, and then add this one to here. Now you take this one, when you add it to here, when you take 2 and 3 and you add it together, you get 5. So that's part of your communication. When you take 1 and 4 and put it together, you get 5. What do you get when you take the first one and the last one, the 1 and the 7th, the 1 and the 6th? You get the last one. So it works the same way as the cube. This is all working the same way as the cube. 7 and 2, 9, 5 and 4, 9, 6 and 1, 8. Why is that 8? Oh, it's 8. Sorry. 8 and 1, 9. And then there's 2 and 7, 9, 4 and 5, 9. So all of them are 9. And if you look at the next one, they all line up with 9, right? 4, what is it? 4 and 5, 9, 1 and 8, 9, 7 and 2, 9. So they're all lining up with 9. So you can see the consistency within this one. Now, does this do the same thing? Let's check this out. 8 and 1, 9. So you see we took the first one here and the sixth one, 1 and 8, 9, 7 and 2, 9, 5 and 4, 9, 1 and 8, 9, 2. So they're all working out with these over here. So look what happened. These two have been removed from the startup point. It started at 999. See, these weren't even included. 8 and 9 are not even included in their calendar, but when they are included, they're included right over here. So the same thing is going to happen over here. How come we don't have 7, 6 in this one over here? Because I didn't do that one yet, but I'm going to turn this around if somebody likes to ask me something. Thanks for liking what this is all about. We're still working on that Mayan time. You can also see that we're running, when we run the upper scale, right? What are the anomalies? On this side over here, okay, there's no 3, 6, and 9. But everything together will refabricate 3, 6, and 9. These two, okay, the combinations between them, right? 2 and 4, 6, 8 and 1, 9, 5 and 7, 3. This one over here is going to recreate 2, 5, and 8, it looks like, or this one is 1 and 7, 8, 4 and 5, 9, 2 and 8, 1. I'm just trying to see what the happy medium between all of these. This one is separated by 4. Let me see. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's no 7 and 9 again. So I'm just trying to see what the combinations are. So let me go down one more time and see what's going on. So we can see the base of all creation again. Comes back to the same thing, just like I said. Even the Mayans show, right, that this is a higher deviation of creation over here. Because you have to have 9 and 8, but this doesn't start with 9 and 8. But this one does. They're missing 2 of the 7th gates. Because when you're asleep and when you're awake is part of them. When you're still in the heavens and you're still alive, when you're asleep and when you're awake, you're going to use them. So anyways, that's the basics of that. Now, the other part that's missing in this, and I want to do this equation. I want to do this equation now. Just let me check. I had a beep beep on my phone. Okay, so I had the beep beep on my phone. It wasn't anything, it was only me. So I just want to see who's joined the channel. Wow, we're like 600 million of us, eh? Wow. How are you doing, F, R, and number 33? We have a 33, we have a 35, and we have me. Okay, so my next point in this one was the 7-6. I've been looking for this sheet for a couple of months now. I've been like, you know, so it's 076 9 2 3. So it's automatically six numbers, right? There's always six areas. So why would something be at a 0 point? Is it a separation area? What is it telling us, right? There's a lot of tells for zero, right? It's not a point. Zero goes with one. So then we have 153. Let me see. 76923 times 2. So now we have 15, 38, 46 plus 23, 0, 769. But the basis is it's going to be a rotation. I'm going to show you in a second, right? Yeah, so you know what zero also does? Zero adds an area space where you can knock down the average by just putting nothing at all. For instance, if you have five areas, right? You have five areas and the total is 24, okay, in the five areas. And you needed those numbers in their position. It would be you would have to answer 5 times 4 equals to 20, and then you'd have to go plus 4 in order to get that answer because you'd have to use all of number 5, right? And also at the same time, 5 areas, right? If the 5 areas had a total value of 135, but one of the areas was 0. Why did I say 135? 5 by 27 is 135. 27 is the house of bait. Reverse alphabet, 27, house of bait, N through Z equaling to 260, or 13 by 20 equaling to 260, which is the last 13 letters in the alphabet, have a total count of 260. That A through M, right, have a total of 91, which is 13 by 7. And that's how we run our moon cycles, by the 13s, so that every time we complete something of something, either it's a 6 and 1 and 6 cycle or a 3 and 1 and 3 cycle, we're going to complete one of the cycles within the number 13, the 616, number 7313, in order to create that. How many cycles will we have to run? How many days will we have to run? Well, let's just say April 1st. Let's just say the spirit. You know, in French, they go esprit. Almost, why don't we just call it a pirate? The pirate spirit. Don't forget, don't forget to tell your boss Enrique is here. Don't forget to tell your boss Enki I gotta, I gotta look back and see what that is. Okay, so where am I with this? So yes, I forgot about the 13 times 5 equals to 65 plus 260. The new 360-degree alphabet is going to equal to um, 27. I think it's 27. Is it 27? 27 times 25. No. Um, 13. 25, okay, times 13. And equal to 325. When we reset the alphabet, right? When we reset the alphabet, so this is what's a little bit about what's going on, right? I didn't finish this over here. So we have n through z equals to 260 for that MAYAN calendar, the way it works, which is 13 by 20. The first part of the alphabet is 13 by 7, equaling to 91. The offset of this is 616 to equal to 13, 313 to equal to 7. We already know we run 13 moons to a sun year, and we work with the 13 moons. We work 7 days a week. April 1st, the 91st day. Three moons of 84 days have come by plus 1 week into the fourth cube, right? We have to end up on a new pole. Otherwise, we haven't shifted the pole. When something ends and something begins, until something begins, something hasn't ended. 25 by 13 is 325. When I shifted the alphabet for 360 degrees, every single letter picks up 5. So it's 13. So it's 26 by 5, 130 or 130. It's either 13 or 11. You know what's funny? When you split the zodiac sign, right? If I count down the zodiac sign and come to this sign or come to this sign, I'll crisscross over on each sign. I'll be counting down over to here, 7 crossing onto 6, 7 crossing onto 6. That's 7 and 6. It's just ironic how the numbers just pop up. When you go over to the seventh one, they now become 77, the power to Christ. They were what is the sixth one. So now you added 2 more to what was 6 and 6 is now 7, is actually now 7 and 6 and 1 is 7, right? Because you crisscrossed over each side, creates 13. It was only the 6 and 6 of 12. Right? The halfway point adjoining both of them is 6.5 equaling to 11. And that's where the creation comes in. Virgo meets Libra, right? Monkey, monkey, monkey. Bring on number 10. So why are we asking for life with monkey? 22 and 12. Sorry. Yes, in order to get from here and here, you need 10. This is a total of 34, bringing on the gateway. So here's the balance of the reverse alphabet. The first part of the alphabet is going to be 15 and 6. That's huge. That's huge. Bring the female and the vibration in. 336 days, the first 12 moons. Everything ends after the first 12 moons. Everything after that is an add-on. Second part of the alphabet brings you up to a total of 325. 10 on this side, 12 on this side, 3 and 1. It's showing me 3 and 1. This is bell. This is communication. This is what it's showing me on this side over here. So I didn't finish off this, but I did want to back up something. Oh, yes, this is where I got the number 189. 63, 63, 63, 189. I remember that from earlier. I don't want to make you crazy with that. That also fits in with the MAYAN count that I had earlier that I was not finished. Number 63, 3 cubes, 21 dots, 1963, 9 by 7, the mother, equaling to 63. 3 and 6 is that creation. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18, and 9 equals 27. The word is bet. The seventh gate is inside of Venus, okay? It's Venus to the left and Venus to the right. The entrapment of Mars. So just let me... I only looked twice today for the same number. Okay, here it is. Here it is. See, I don't want to look at it that way. I want to add this onto it. I need to add 0.22. It's got to be 29.47. I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to also put this. Something to do with go, something to do with the beginning of the game, number 22. So it's 29.47, but 22 is lost, right? Perhaps for the constellations, the game. And then this, okay, these two, E and I, are birthed into the E world, into the two houses. It also says blackjack within it. The 28 is the cycle within the moon. This would be our 555. This would be our communication coming into the birth, right? Add on the 125, adding on the crown coming into the birth from the 28-day cycle onto the 29th day, bringing on the birth. Different months have 29 days and different months have 28 days. When it ends and the cycle begins, and when we arrive to the 29th day, we know there's a birth coming in. We know there's an incoming. So if we looked at the Hebrew calendar, months with 29 days. Months with 29 days in the Hebrew calendar. And another thing for this, it also depends what the Chinese, the Vedic zodiacs are saying, what part of the zodiac sign, what part of the 19-year cycle are we in? And now I don't have all the answers. I'm just telling you the way it works. This is the cycle of the IT system, number 29. We were there a couple days ago on the 25th. In fact, every single month on the 25th, although it's communication, the basics of communication, March and April, which is going to be October and September, going to be reverted as the same thing. Then it happens again, I think, sometime in June, July. Uh, Happens three major times a year. And then there's the small portals. What are these? Just the numbers meet up at the same area space, and they also meet up under different zodiac signs. Whatever it is, I don't want to put any name for a transfer. So they have Tammuz and Adar, Tevet, Iyar, Adar, Elal, Mashvan. Some years they have 30. And some lose a day. And they call it a luni solar calendar. The months are either 29 or 30 days. So they're counting 29 days. Are there any 28 days? Are there any 28 days in the Hebrew calendar? So there are no months. Imagine we have 1 month with 28 days, but the Hebrew calendar has no months. So they're always bringing in stop on creation. So it's 29 and 30 instead of 28 and 29. And they are different. One is it's a black 29, it's a red 30. If I needed to do a reverse alphabet, it would be B and C. Okay. And it would tell you your exact numbers. It actually is B and C in the reverse alphabet, right? This one over here, right? Which would actually be B. This is C. This is B. They're the reverse of each other in the 360 reverse zodiac. 31 is the beginning. You begin at 432 in the reverse 360 zodiac. Wow, what are we? Are we like 500 people here? Oh my God, gotta be all like two of us. There's no way there's two people here. It says three people over there, and I know there's more people here. Yes, yes. According to there's a new rule and regulation coming into my game. Whether you're human or robot, you all get a card. You all get to play. So I guarantee you that that the fact checkers are here, and they're not one of them. So they don't count themselves as anything, right? They count themselves as nothing, yet they're everything. So you can see that the Holy Ghost, what is nothing, is actually everything that consumes us, or that we are being consumed by, or that consumes everything we do. Just the thought to know that it's out there doing this. I was looking at, yeah, 29.25. Black 25 is for Jack. So you have Blackjack, you have the Sun, you have 7-Eleven coming with this. And that's another thing I want to get to. All right, so let me forward this page. So we did this one here, and then I skipped onto this page. Okay, now I'm going to, wow, I did that there. I did that there. So what area was that one? Yeah, that 999 comes out on the 7th day. So you have to take 6 and 1 to create the 7th day. You have to take all the numbers to create the 7th day. You have to build up within you the entire week to build that 7th day. Wow, that's unbelievable. I mean, just look for yourself. Take the one dot, take this one dot here, and put it with the six dot there. Add them together, right? And you got 999. You didn't even get to the next one. You didn't even get to number 7 to create 7. And then when you get the 13, you didn't even get the 13. It's your association. So let me see what this is. Yeah, so let me write this out. Let me write this out. So it's 76923. And then you're going to have 76923. Then you're going to have 76923. Then you're going to have 76923. And then you're going to have 76923 and 76923. So after the first one, you're going to have 15,384, 15,384, 15,384, 15,384, 8. And then the next one you're going to have 23,0. Wow, I can't see. Wow, wow, hallelujah. Oh my God. Wow, it's like I wasn't seen before. 230769, 307692, 384615, 4615, 38. Yes, so now I have this one over here, and now I go to this one, 76923, right? And then I'm going to end up at 53.8, 53.8, 461. And then I'm going to end up with 76,923. And then I'm going to be at 61, 61, 538, 46. Okay, so I don't even need this, really. I don't even need this, right? I mean, 76,923 should bring me to 69, 2307. And then 76,923 will bring me to 76,923. Okay, because this is the 10th one. This is J. This is I. This is H. This is G, F, E, D, C, B, A. So now the K, right, is the first one. K is the first one after 10. Remember that. K is the first one after 10 because 10 only goes up a 0. So it's almost like going 0 to 1. You're going 0 to 1 again. So what happens at K when using these numbers? 76923. Okay, which is going to be 80461538. And then the other one is L, right? For our zodiac 76, 9, 23 is going to be 91 or 92. It's going to be 92. So it's got to be 92, 30769. Okay. So yeah, so that's what it does. So let's check this out to see what we've got over here. So what I did is I just used the first one, right, off of the MAYAN, right over here, right? Now what is that? It's pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 13 equals to that. Now, could I have went, right, divided by 7, right, would it equal to that, right? But if I would have divided by 7, look what I would have done. 14285, right? So I'm going to be on this side of the thing. If I divide it by 7, I've got 142, right? This one over here. So we did the whole thing, right? And divided by 13. And then we got that. Can we do it by anything else? We could have did it by 11. Look at that. Do it by 11, right? We could have, look at that. If I would have did it by 3s, right? So it's done by 13s, right? So 99999 divided by 13 equals 76923. 76923. Right? So now what you do is you go, right? 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, right? Like this one here is 3 times equals this, right? Times 3, right? Equals that. Times 2, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7, times 8, times 9, times 10, times 11, times 12. Now, if I times it by 13, right, we know what's going to happen. It's going to be all 9s. Look, 13 times 76923, right? Look at that. It becomes all 9s. So we stop at 12. So you can see the 13th one, right, is a part of an add-on for who we are. And this fits right inside the Mayan Sanskrit, as you can see over here. Now, the next question is, right, you can also see that when you see this 923 over here, right, when you see, let me see this 923 over here. We also see the 923 here. We see the 923 here. We see the 92 over here. We see the 923 over here. So now when we come into the next one, right, where do we see the 846? We see the 846 here. We see the 846 here. We see the 846 here. We see the 468 over here. We see the 846 over here. I think this should have been the 846. I don't know how we did that. So now we have the 846 over here. What's up? Okay, so we can see the 846 is also over here. So where's the 153? Well, look, 153, 153, 153, 153, 153, right? So you can see how what the consistency with everything is with inside of this. And this is all a division of 13. Now, how can I get this number over here, right? 76, 923 divided by 63 equals to 1221. So we have 1221 times 63 equaling to 76923. So what if I want this to equal to this one over here? Well, this is 12 times, right? 12 times this. So I'll do this, right? 12 times 63 is 756. 5760, right, is the full reset, right? This is our 666 basic moon creation, 7, 5, and 6. 8, 8, 8. 35 by 6, 180, 210. 210 and 18, 210 to 28. Okay. So it'd be 756 by I think 1221. Is that what it is? To equal to that number, right? And the 756 by 1221. And then the other one, I think would be 21, right? Excuse me. I blocked my nose. And I think this one is 21 times 3663. Right. So this is 21 by this equals to 76,923. So this is where the singular cube comes in, right? This is where the singular cube comes in. Here's your 1221, your 33. Here's your base creation, right? With inside this 13-month calendar, 7 days a week that we run in order for everything to coincide with the Mayan calendar. I haven't done the base of this, right? Is 13, 22, and 5 is 27. So we know they're all 27s. So what are my double ups? My double up is this and this, okay, will create an end result. We never want an end result, right? The end result was the 13th one. Should I remove the 13th one? Because only these match up with the 13th one, right? The 13th one is your 99999, right? Which will be 13 times 76923. So let me take one teeny look, right? 2 and 7, 3 and 6. That's your base creation from Earth, Mars, beta communication right over here. So let's just say this one and that one, right? So we can't use first and last. So I'm going to have to go over here. I'm going to draw A through K. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do B through L. So that'll be 92,30769. And then I'm going to draw 153,846,1. So what's that answer over here? Am I taking it off? Because if I take this off of this, I end up with this one over here. If I add it onto this, I get 176 I end up with this one over here again, except that 176, it doesn't really matter which way I go. Let me look at that answer. Let me look at that answer. 9, 2, 3, 0, 7, 6, 9, plus 1, 5, 3, 8, 4, 6, 1. 1076, 9230. I end up over here. Now, if I minus, and then I minus, I end up over here. Same thing. Doesn't matter which way I go with it. I end up at the same thing. And then I end up back to the beginning again, that's the way it's supposed to be. So when you're raffling the zodiac off, right, with 12, not the 13th, now I'm down to 12. Look at that. Again, back to 336 days. I only can run 12 moons. Look what happens to the 13th moon. I end up to be that 13th moon, right? I become the existence of everything. You become the existence of everything. So where are you going to take place? You're going to be taking place right over here. So I have to figure out what these are doing over here. I'm going to have to take a look into this over here. And what is the final answer? 16, 20, 26, 27. So these two are the same. What is this one? 15, 16, 17, 18, 27. They're all 27s. So they're all talking about the house of bet. Every single one of them, 27. So how's everybody doing? We're going to call it the end right now. I got a few things to check out, more numbers to put together. So we're just going to say that's it now. I'm going to come back a little bit later. Ciao. Have a good night.